In the function, they think I mean mugging. Smoking out the onion, hating but you love this. Get it and go, I pack my shit for the road. I'm focused on the guap, I gotta get to the dope. In the function, they think I mean mugging. Smoking out the onion, hating but you love this. Get it and go, I pack my shit for the road. I'm focused on the guap, I gotta get to the dope. Plotting on my fettuccine while I eat a chopped cheese. While they study all the moves and proceed to copy.
You already know, it's Hip Hop Made Me Do It, DJ Toasty Z. And if you don't know, now you do. That was the one and only Trip Jones Function, produced by Tony Seltzer. You can see the CD right here. I copped it Fool's Gold Day Off the other day. I had to support New York underground artists. Give you your phone back here, Charlie. Like I said, Hip Hop Made Me Do It. This is the Big 10-0, the 10th ever Hip Hop Made Me Do It podcast. And I'm glad to be joined again by the one and only.
That's right.
Charlie,
Mr. Charlie,
the bro. We need a
with podcast.
Yeah, we need a nickname for you, or a DJ name.
Yeah, DJ name. Okay. DJ
Okay, DJ. That really exemplifies all the energy you bring to the podcast, really.
I like the podcast up. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, sure you do. So, as always, you can follow us on Instagram. I think I'm peeking a little bit. As always, you can follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. That's at hiphopmademedo_. You can also catch us on Facebook and YouTube. Just search Hip Hop Made Me Do It / Hip Hop Made Me Do It on both those platforms. Good announcement, actually. I emailed Anchor. I had put my podcast originally up on Anchor because I wanted to get it on all platforms, and it seemed like that was the easiest place to do it. Plus, if you haven't used Anchor before, it's great for podcasting. Kind of like if you don't have any equipment, you can literally record it on your phone. So I emailed them and said, oh, my podcast didn't go on all the major platforms. What's good? And they're like, oh, we'll look into that. It all looks good. You should see, so they fixed it basically. So now we're on all major streaming platforms. I'm talking, we were on SoundCloud before, but now we're on Spotify as well. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast. Some of these I haven't even heard of, but if you use them, Radio Public. What are you doing with your fucking chain? Stitcher and Tune. There's a couple that we might not. I need to look into getting us on Tune In. I don't know if Google Podcast is the same as Google Play.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Papa Toast just popped in. Papa. So yeah, I don't know if Google Play is the same as Google Podcast. If you know, let me know. So I might have to get it separately on Google Play. Also, Tidal. I don't know if Tidal does podcasts. Are you familiar?
I don't know.
So if Tidal does podcasts, we're soon gonna get it on there. Hopefully,
I don't know anyone that uses Tidal, but
yeah. I mean, I think people use it mostly for the exclusive music, but
that much exclusive music on there. I thought it was just like Jay-Z.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's certain artists that are definitely pretty exclusive. You're gonna need to speak more, or maybe I'll turn your mic down a little bit. Talk for a second.
Oh, I'm talking too loud?
No, you're good. I thought you were too quiet for a second there, but
I'm turning my mic down. Probably wouldn't help that though.
Okay, there. I hear on the headphones. Okay, that's better. Now I get a better. The headphones were down low, so I couldn't really see when we were peaking or not. That's a lot better.
I never really peaked, so.
You peaked in the 5th grade.
Oof, it's rough, man.
Burn. Got him. Now,
what's the water issue? Should I drink water over here?
There's no water issue. You can just drink it. Just don't drink it right into the microphone. Look at this goofy boy.
DJ Goof.
DJ Goof. I'll also be... So, yeah, we're on all major platforms. I will be putting all the podcasts and interviews on those platforms soon, so stay tuned for that. As of now, I think there's only just the first 2 podcasts that we did on there, but like I said, we're up to number 10, plus all the interviews and maybe even some of the radio show recordings that I still have. I think I could put them up. I mean, it has a lot of music in them. I don't know if that's going to be an issue, but we will see. Hip Hop Made Me Do It tees. We only have 2 pink larges left, so those are all the pinks that we have. And whites, I think we only have small and extra large. We might have some medium. I'm not sure about that. So if you want to purchase a tee, They're going quick. We only have a couple left, and you can just DM us at hiphopmaybedue_ in order to purchase a tee. So that's one major way you can support the show if you want to support the show. We are going to have a Patreon soon. I'm going to well, first of all, Anchor just came up with Anchor support. So if you go on our Anchor.fm is the website, and it's like /hiphopmaybedue is ours, and there's also the Anchor app. So if you search us on there, there's actually a support button where if you want to support the show, you can pledge up to, I don't know how much you can pledge up to. I don't think there's a limit, but you can pledge as little as $1 a month. So if you want to support the show, that's one of the best ways you can. So you can head on over there and do that. What are you doing, playing with your hair, Mr. Young Murder Beats is getting out of control over here.
I don't know if I'm Young Murder Beats anymore.
Yeah, you might be like young J Beebs over here.
I think that's people keep telling me.
You're emo Murder Beats.
I think it's always funny because the podcast is like a perfect timeline of my hair, because the first one I was on was like the last time I got a haircut, and it was buzzed. And every single podcast, I just obviously grown more and more. It's getting a little crazy.
You're a growing young man. So if you want to support the podcast, that's a way you can do that. I tweeted out the link and also put it on Facebook. So like I said, at hiphopmaybedue on Twitter. I'm hiphopmaybedue _ on Twitter, and just hiphopmaybedue it on Facebook if you want to check out that link and support the show. I will have the Patreon up and running soon. I mean, it's up, but there's no prizes, if you will. I do want to get to the point where we have some permanent, or not permanent, but some actual tiers where it's worth it to do Patreon, because that's, it feels weird just taking people's money. Except if you want to support us on Anchor. But so we should have some tiers for that and levels for that as well. So stay tuned for that.
Levels to the shit.
Yeah. Shout out Meek Mill. He's free now.
It's been free for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, well, of course.
Okay,
I know that.
I'll
Other housekeeping stuff. Officially just moved back to Jersey. We're doing this in the basement. We got this nice ping pong table that's, takes up a lot of space, but serves dually as a podcast table as well.
We got official lighting too, which I didn't know we were getting that serious.
Yeah, I have the official lighting. I've had that lighting, which I've been using for the solo podcast. But it'd be good now that I'm home to actually we can just do podcasts together, and it's just not me talking. I'll always have.
I like that one though. That was really
good.
So check out that one. What number is that? 8?
I did 9 too.
But
I forgot.
Is that recently?
Yeah, I forgot to switch on the autofocus, so it's completely out of focus, but it's still up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, you do. You gotta check. Good. I'm glad.
Each of the podcasts I've been on, they've been improved. Like the first one, I had my mic, just like we shared one mic.
Yeah, it's in the corner.
Then we tried to use the sauna for sound, but it didn't.
It was more of a joke than anything.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And then we got these cool mics, which you probably already had. I just didn't use them. And then now we get more. We got lighting now, and
yeah, it's quite a production.
Oh.
I'm also going to get to the point now. My good friend Tom helped me figure out why there was some background noise. So we are going to get to the point where we can do some live podcasts, which I'm excited about. I just have to buy this software that allows us to stream live, and then if we get a second camera, we could switch between cameras in the middle of the stream, as well as if we want to bring in videos and stuff. It'll be a seamless process. So I'm excited for doing a live podcast. So that's like a next step. It's going to slow down a little bit just because of the fact that just doing more housekeeping, getting everything ready. And also I'm restarting a new job. It's an old job that I'm restarting. So it's going to slow down a little bit as far as the content. But I got a lot of fresh ideas for new content to come. I want to do a bit of like a producer series where, similar to the Genius Deconstructed videos, where I, talk to some producers and see how they made certain hits. I think that would be dope. I hear you're breathing in the microphone very heavily.
Sorry. It's
fine. But, yeah, so I also have a green screen. So in addition to the lights, I also have a green screen. So I kind of want to do my version of Kinda Neat. If you're familiar with those videos, where we have artists that come in for an interview, and then I'll have them do a similar video. I'm thinking hopefully we could set up like a section of the room for like a green screen corner. It's a lot of this room itself isn't that small. It's just that with the ping pong table, it feels very small.
There's a lot of space behind over there. So.
But I don't think we're allowed to use. That's Mom's corner for sewing.
No, yeah, I know.
She was specific about not invading in her, taking away her sewing space.
Mama Toast gets like that, you know. You never know.
So that's an idea. Another person talked to me about doing like an idea for like, how when bigger artists come to town, just offering to be their personal driver, and in exchange, like interview them while you're driving around. I think that'd be a cool series to do. Like instead of a taxi cab, it'd be like the toasty cab. So I think that'd be. Please don't put the hair off the microphone. It's gonna make noises. I know.
Should we keep it on there?
Yeah, it's gonna make noises. Do that after the freaking podcast. God damn it. He's like breathing over here. I hear.
How dare he breathe?
You know what I'm saying.
No, I feel you.
So
keep the hair on.
So that could be a cool series, and it would be a way to attract, larger artists, because a lot of artists, they come to town, and they instead of taking Ubers everywhere, if you're like, hey, I'll drive you wherever you want to go, that might be enticing for them. So I'm looking to do that, and I've been hitting up some Jersey artists that I'm hoping to interview soon, as well as, I'll be going to New York on a regular basis. I just went the other day for full school day off. Actually, a perfect transition. So I figured I'd just get into how the day was and to kind of recap the show. I was originally going to go... I hear the, what is that in the background?
The dehumidifier.
The dehumidifier, I hear that shit.
Is that?
Huh?
Is that really loud?
Yeah, I hear it. Give me a second.
Okay.
Can you turn it off? Hey, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. And he's back from shutting off the dehumidifier.
This is one of those informal podcasts. I'm feeling it.
No, it's... Oh. I mean, it's formal enough. We're not wearing a suit and tie here, as you can see.
They should have been.
That's a fresh shirt. What is that, a pineapple grenade?
It's a pineapple. I got it like a few weeks ago. It's a pineapple that's flipped.
You need to talk into the mic.
It's a neon pineapple that is flipped. I think not neon. That sounds stupid. It's just like a negative pineapple. So.
All right, that's enough. Ooh, I just got a notification. G-Eazy blasts Kanye West for not answering Kimmel's ... I think it's. I don't actually. I think it has to do with Kimmel did a reading mean tweets hip hop edition. That's one of his series. It's kind of funny. I don't know. All the late night shows, they're all just celebrity based. They're kind of dumb. It's like, I don't care about these people. Goddamn trash. Anyway, so Fool's get a day off. I went yesterday in Queens. It's kind of like, it was not on the border. It was like almost Brooklyn, but definitely a very fun day, but a long day. I was like, this is the perfect, getting back into vlogging, vlog to do, because it's actually something interesting. And I got out of the car, and it was raining, and I remember thinking, I need to take the memory card out of my computer and put it in my camera. And after I got through the line and got in, I remembered again, and I was like, oh god, I'm an idiot. And then I was like, it's not worth it. So I tried to record some stuff on my phone, but the video quality is not nearly as good, and the audio quality was terrible. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to have a good time. Record some Instagram stories. That's the content for the day.
Oh yeah, check those out. Those are pretty fire.
Yeah, the sound was still pretty crappy, but it was good. It was a good time. Like I said, definitely a long day. I probably drove into the city, took an hour and a half, and then and I got there at like 2:00, and it was supposed to go. It was running like an hour late, so all the sets were like pushed back, basically equivalent in hours, like 15 minutes. So I was hoping to stay till the end, but then I didn't see World's Fair or Sheck West, or I think there was one other act.
Ronnie J.
Well, Ronnie Day just didn't go.
How could you say that?
Neither did Young Bands. Or Young Bands was on the first lineup, and then he wasn't on the set list, so it's whatever. But they, there were some good highlights.
Sorry. It's an accent.
You just need to work on you breathe so heavily. You're like, it sounds like you're like, I'm going to breathe as loudly as possible.
Well, the mic is sensitive, man. I didn't know it was going to pick up everything.
Yeah.
We need it a little farther away.
No, then we won't hear you. We need to hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
got distracted by your breathing in this whole conversation.
You saw some good acts.
So yeah, young bands didn't come, but I ended up staying till Show Me the Body set because I wanted to see the homies perform. They're always a good time, and they ended up going on when Sheck West was supposed to go on. So he probably got on like an hour later, but I stayed until probably like 10 something, and I was like, all right, I'm out of here. Because it was a long day. Plus, I didn't really eat lunch. I just had a tortilla with hummus, and then I like left.
Then you had some fire dinner.
And then I had like 3 drinks, and I was pretty drunk. So, no, that wasn't even my dinner. That was my like late night snack. So, no, I had 3 drinks, and it got to me because I didn't have lunch. But they had like a place making like oven brick pizza outside at the enclosed area. So that was cool.
You had some?
I had some. I just needed to eat.
Fire?
Put some. Yeah, it was fire. Pepperoni with jalapenos.
I'm gonna go for some yummy food now.
It was cool too because I went alone, but it's gotten to the point where I've networked enough in New York that I have a decent amount of people that I knew and or recognize. Yeah. It was kind of unfortunate because most of my like people I knew or like my friends were like VIP, like artists or like VIP passes. So like I would see them here and there, but then when they go chill in VIP, I just had to stand, But it's whatever. I'm comfortable being alone. No big deal. So I saw highlights. Tabby Wakes obviously killed it. I've seen her. Well, I've interviewed her in the past. I don't know if you haven't seen that interview, definitely go check it out. She signed to Fool's Gold like right after our interview, so we talked a little bit about that. And
right before the interview.
Yeah, it wasn't official until after the interview.
Oh.
So we talked about that. We talked about she kind of like got a co-sign from Gary Vee, which is huge. So we talked about how that came about, and yeah, she's a cool artist. Definitely go check her out. Also saw Jungle Pussy, which I'd heard the name before, and
name.
Yeah. Well, most of their songs about pussy or just like
What's a girl?
Sexuality. They're like over the top, similar to Cupcake, where it's just over the top sexual. But like every song she played was about that, which is cool. It can get a little repetitive, but the music was good. So most of the songs were about getting dick or pussy or whatever. But she's got a lot of energy. She's a dope artist. Then I don't know if I said it, but Asian Doll came out, a surprise appearance. She had a lot of energy. She was cool.
It's all about the energy.
Yeah, for sure. Michael Christmas is fire, and like I said, Show Me the Body. It's funny because there were these girls in front of me that they were definitely there waiting for Sheck West because that was the time that he was supposed to go on, and instead they got introduced to this freaking punk hardcore band and they were not ready to mosh. They were there to like shake their ass or whatever, and they were in for a rude awakening. So I just picture like someone being there ready to dance to Sheck West and or whatever, and getting thrown into a Show Me the Body mosh pit is a funny thought. And yeah, like I said, I picked up the Trip Jones CD. I've been meaning to listen to more Trip Jones, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna support production on here from Tony Seltzer. Like I said, we played Function, but he also got Cursed Birth on here. He produced that one. A couple other producers I'm familiar with, Lord Pussy Whoop, or no, sorry, not Pussy Whoop, just Puss Whoop, and Black Noise, and some other dope producers. So looking forward to giving that a listen. I've definitely heard a lot of his stuff on Tony's like fader mixes and stuff like that, so I definitely want to check it out more. And I also got this Show Me the Body record. I forget the name of this one. I think this might be the self-titled one. I'm not honestly as familiar with this one. I know it has the song with Wiki that they did, which is one of my favorites, but I really started listening to them when Body War came out. I think that's the name of the project. I know it's the name of the single at least, or maybe it's just War. I forget. But yeah, they're dope. So I was glad to support the homies and purchase this vinyl. And I also got this T-shirt. So there's actually a fire design in itself, but it's a festival tee. So on the back, it's got all the artists. And the story behind this is funny because they were selling them for like $35. I was like, I like that T-shirt, but I'm not gonna spend that much money on a T-shirt. And they have the people like A-Track was over there like throwing T-shirts from the stage, and then like they had a T-shirt can, they were shooting it, and I'm always like, oh, I'm never gonna catch it. I'm not even gonna try. I don't feel like yelling for one. And during Show Me the Body set, I'm towards the side of the stage, not like the side of the stage, but like further back on the side, and like it's like the whole crowd's here, and then there's like dispersed people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've been a monologue. I've been just because I'm just explaining the story.
Yeah,
but no, so this whole stage, the whole crowd of people, and then a couple of people dispersed in the back. You know how it's normally like the crowd and there's people dispersed.
Yeah.
And this guy is like, it's a weird venue because it's like this is the stage, but it goes all the way back. It's huge. It could fit like thousands of people. It was like kind of big for the event, you know. Mm-hmm. And then there's this place and this side, this kind of like wing and like an outside area. And this guy's just by the merch table, and he just takes the can and just shoots two t-shirts. And me and this girl standing here, and here's the crowd, and they just like go over our heads and land right in front of us. And we just look down and like, oh, and no one else saw them because he was just shooting off like randomly. It wasn't like they were like, who wants a t-shirt? He just shot it off randomly. You know, when everyone's like looking for it, it's hard to grab because everyone's like trying to grab it. And we're like, oh, okay. So we both got t-shirts, and it was like the easiest, like pick it off of the ground. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'll take this.
I always thought one of these, like a sporting event or something, I'd get one of those shirts.
I remember you used to make fun of me because of the little cross games. Oh, yeah. I would take my goalie mitt, and I wouldn't really yell out loud. I would just open my mouth.
You would open your mouth. But that makes sense because, like, they don't know. It's so loud. They just see someone. And they don't even care who's screaming. It's not like...
Yeah, they just shoot it.
Oh, these guys are loud. Let's shoot the gun. It's like they're just shooting whatever.
They just shoot, and, you know, they're like, all right, we shot one this way. We got to shoot one this way. Maybe a misdirection, you know. They don't really overthink it that much. And then on the way home, I got myself an order
wings, man.
Of wings and disco fries, which is clutch because it's like... I was like 20 minutes from the diner, and I said, hey, why don't you,
call up some,
why don't you have some wings waiting for me? And they're like, gotcha.
Just like that.
Just like that. Didn't have to pay for them or anything.
Wow. What a lucky day with these steals.
No, I paid.
I should get some food.
It was a good day, though. It was a long day.
We'll get some Buffalo Wild Wings.
I've never been there. I think it's, yeah, it seems like it would be kind of overrated. I don't
think you can never go there and tell me it's overrated.
It just seems like it would be. Because the only reason I think there's only like 2 in North Jersey, right? Or 1 and 2 in New Jersey or something like that.
There's 1 in Parsippany. There's 1 in Rockaway.
Yeah, so that was the only 2 in North Jersey, right?
I don't know.
So I think that's why they're so...
all over the place.
No, like I remember when the Rockaway opens, they were saying like that's one of the only ones in North Jersey. That's why everyone loves it so much, because there's not that many around in our area.
I don't know.
So everyone's hyped on it. But I'm sure they're fine, but I'm sure they're not better than any
on a
other
Thursday,
ones.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah?
Well, it's expensive the other days, but you get cheaper boneless wings. But it's so good.
Why is it cheap? What's the deal?
They have like the price on the wings is 60 cents per wing. So if you get a medium order, on another day, you might pay like $25, but I pay like $15 on a Thursday for the same thing.
Nice.
Fire. I don't know, but it's not Thursday, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Your stories about food make me hungry. Well, I already was hungry.
I need to eat lunch.
Me too.
I need to eat lunch and then shower and go to work. Cause
we do a food
gotta make
making
some phone calls on
podcast?
Sundays.
Can we make like a podcast making food, like Anthony Fantano style? You and me doing some cooking?
That would be kind of hard. But we could try.
Total denied.
I'd be down to... It would just be kind of like loud, but we'll do it. We'll figure it out. I want to come up with my version of Hot Ones, but I feel like it's hard to do that without it being a ripoff, because it's like...
Well, your version of Hot Ones would probably be Hot Ones inspired, so it would be...
Well, the greatest one... Well, the reason that it's so good is it's hot food. So if you did any other hot food, it would be like, oh, this is just Hot Ones, but for blah, blah. I guess you could do it with like some messy food, but like the genius of Hot Ones is that it's like people get like more candid as it gets hotter, and
that shit makes me like always crave hot sauce. Like when I watch those, I start sweating and like desperate for some hot sauce. I remember one time I was watching a bunch of them. I started getting really sweaty, and I went upstairs and made a hot dog, and put like hot chili flakes and anything I could think to put on it, and I wanted it as hot as possible.
That seems dumb.
I think it was amazing because I was craving hot food. If anyone else sees hot ones and they crave hot chicken or hot sauce or whatever the hell you want to crave, you don't do anything. But
Well, I heard it's the wings are cold though. Like it's like imagine it's like hot. They're hot, like spicy, but they're cold. They serve them cold.
why?
I think just like throughout the day, they like by the time they're waiting for some people, it just gets cold, because they have to like set up at a certain time.
Room temp. I don't know if it'd be cold though.
Yeah, but yeah, so I don't know. It'd be cool to do that, but like I said, like the hotness of it is what gets people to get more candid and ridiculous. So it's like anything I did, like that kind of series would kind of just be a rip off of Hot Ones. So if you guys have any ideas of a similar series you think would be interesting to watch, me and rappers eating certain things, rappers eating wraps in race cars, maybe. I just gotta find some race cars. What are you doing there? You on your phone?
No.
Put your phone down. This is a phone-free podcast. The only reason I have my fucking computer is for my notes.
Yeah, I told you about the
Ski Mask, the Slump God. You showed me this video this morning.
Ski Mask had a concert. I don't know if it was last night or the night before that, but they had a moment of silence for XXX. They're, well, anyone could have it, but they were close buddies at one point.
Yeah, I think Ski does that for like most of his shows now.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, anyone that, even if they weren't close, could do that for X. But, and then some guy shouted out, fuck that woman beater or some shit like that. And then, I don't think Ski Mask appreciated that. So then he told everyone in the crowd to fuck him up. And then the guy got beat to a pulp, and then the security had to save his life and get him out of there.
Well, I don't know, looking back at the video, I don't know if it was Ski Mask or his hype man, because the guy keeps talking when Ski Mask doesn't, like, as the video goes on, there's a guy talking that has a mic.
It sounded like
that sounds like, but
someone did sound like Ski.
Well, I think it might have just been the hype man, because he keeps talking, and it sounded like the voice that was, and Ski's not talking at that moment. So I thought it was his hype man, but either way, it's like,
well, whoever it was, they could, like, that guy could easily sue. You can cite a riot of the crowd to beat the pulp out of someone.
Yeah, he could, and it's like, but it's also like that guy. It's like no matter what you think of X, that kid. I don't know what the kid was thinking, because it's like, what do you think's gonna happen if you yell that shit when people are trying to like remember someone and memorialize them?
The moment of silence is the worst time.
Well, just like in a crowd of Ski Mask fans, like, what are you doing? You're like, you're openly disrespecting. He's probably drunk, because I don't think anyone would be that stupid to do that.
Something.
He was stupid. He was like
not a super guy, that's for sure.
So who knows what'll come of that? But hopefully Skis doesn't get fucking sued out of the shit. Because like, I mean, not that the guy deserved to get beat up, but it's like he brought that on himself. Let's be real. Like, if you're gonna do that in a crowd of Ski Mask concert, like, you're an idiot. Like. It's survival of the fittest.
I never understood that when like people were good buddies or whatever, and they have a falling out or they have issues, but then like when the guy passes away, it's like really sucks, and they're like really care about them. But like,
well, they always cared about them. It's
why don't, like, I guess isn't life short? Shouldn't you like make up and like?
Yes, in an ideal world, that's the case.
Well, why can't it be like that?
Well,
if you care when the guy's dead, why don't you just?
Well, I think it was
important. You should, I
mean, there was a similar thing with Tracy where like he did like his no jumper interview, and then after the fact he asked Adam to take it down, because it's like he's kind of like upset with Peep at the time, But it's like, it's not like you don't love them. It's just like, it's like it's not like he knew they were both gonna die, like Peep and X. It's not like you can predict that shit.
No, it's not.
So it's like,
that,
so it's like. But like,
imagine
if like we had a fight and we had a falling out and then you died. I can't change that.
Yeah, but you think about the idea of if you die, be like, oh damn, I don't want to end our relationship on that note.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. That'd be the ideal situation. Ideally, you would do that, but they died, and you can't fix that now.
Well, they had many opportunities, I'm sure, prior to the one day they died to work on.
Well, yeah, I just think Ski was concerned with his image of being associated with X, like plain and simple, like. X was problematic, to say the least. I'm not going to deny that.
Now. Well,
I mean,
obviously he's dead. He's not a problematic guy, But he didn't like. Do you think he's a bad guy?
I don't know him. I never met the guy, so I can't speak.
Plenty of other people can make an opinion apparently without knowing.
Well,
him.
I don't want to because of the fact that I know he's important to a lot of people, and I don't want to say anything negative. And also, it's not even just like, oh, he's important to a lot of people. It's like I know people that personally knew him, and it's like it's just disrespectful to like anyone that's grieving to say anything of that nature. I mean, it's kind of like I said, some people were saying stuff right after the fact. It's like, yeah, he did terrible things in his past. I'm never going to defend that.
Still a young
but
person
I
who's
can
dead.
still respect. Yeah, it's like he still got gunned down on the street, and I can still respect, even if I don't respect him as a person. You know, I can still respect the people that are grieving, that are alive, that have to deal with seeing all those comments and not contributing to that. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like I know people personally that knew him. So it's like it's not anymore like, oh, it's just some guy on the internet. It's a real. Once you get like involved in the hip hop world or like really involved in it, you realize it's like the internet shit is just like it's real life. You know, it's not like some bullshit. Like these are real people that are really affected by things, and it's like important to understand the impact of your words. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's about all I have to say on it. You know, I didn't know him personally. I can't speak on him as a person. And the allegations were inexcusable. And
those things always make me sad, just because, like, just from a perspective of, because I obviously don't know them, and just the music. Like, when I think of Lil Peep, I wish I could have saw what he would do with his music and his sound, and how it would progress and such.
I just heard. Do you hear it?
Yeah.
The flush. Oh, it's not even the flush.
I'm not even sure what that is. There's a hole in this corner of this room forever, and I think it's related to our septic.
It's not no, it's not the toilet. It's like there was like some water in the floor. Like there's some like build up. So no, not water pressure. It was like there was just some mold and like water stuff. So like it like sucks out the water into outside. You know, it's like a pump. So like every once in a while, it'll just spill the water.
We have a
out.
carpet, and there's a giant, like, it's a circular cut in the carpet with another. It's weird.
Yeah, they did that so it would stop being moldy and gross. And
It still smells like mold down here, but yeah, it just makes me sad thinking about like what X music where would have gone, like seeing a 30-year-old mature X, or like where Little Peep would have gone, but it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, and to be honest, I was never a huge fan of Peep's music.
No, I wasn't either.
I'm not gonna pretend like fanboy out, but I went to the Tracy show right in Boston right after Peep's passing, like that week, and it was definitely a very emotional show. I think it was his first show since his passing, and it was probably one of the most beautiful moments or like shows I've been to, just because it was like, I don't know, it was good for the fans, a good closure for the fans, and you know, it was you know, you see how even if you didn't like someone's music or you weren't really into their music, how it affected other people. So that's about, you know.
Yeah.
Last thing I had here, yeah, we don't have a lot of topics. We kind of just like, I was typing up some stuff this morning. Hip hop actually turned 45. I think it was yesterday or on Friday. I don't know exactly the day. I know people. I saw stuff on social media, and I'm not like a hip hop historian.
And what does that mean?
I wouldn't pretend to. I think it's the anniversary. I said anniversary. The anniversary of the release of.
Apparently, there's one record that I'm supposed to believe is the pinnacle of the game.
Yeah, I think it's Cool Herc. I think it's the Cool Herc record.
So
I don't
nothing before that was hip hop.
It was like the official.
I don't think it can be official, to be honest. Oh, it would be unofficial, if anything.
I'm gonna look up first hip hop record because I don't want to get any wrong information. I didn't even want to bring it up, but now we're on it. So I like to click the keys.
Wasn't gonna let you get past on a deep dive there.
I'm not a hip hop historian. Okay. So first record is regarded, it would be Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang, but you gonna sneeze?
No, I was yawning.
Oh, it made me kind of feel like I had to sneeze for a second. You doing that?
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, good.
Okay, so birth of hip hop, yeah, August 11th. So that was yesterday, 1973. Yeah, Cool Herc. Oh no, that was the first. If you watch the breakdown, I think that's what it's referring like that. So the breakdown is about the creation of hip hop. It's in the disco era, and basically it's about Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. But yeah, DJ Cool Herc threw the first hip hop party in the Bronx in 1973. He was basically, if you watch the breakdown, it shows you how like using the breaks of a disco record to create hip hop. You know, just looping the breaks, and they'd have people rap, you know, at the shows and stuff like that. And that's how hip hop started. Was just like people weren't even recording. Some of the best rappers alive, or some of the most influential rappers, were never even recorded. It's just like word of mouth because they were just, you know, started just rapping at a party, you know, and then MCing became a thing. You know, MCing started as like, oh, you're the life of the party. You're like getting up there and, hey, a little ditty like, hey, my name is do and I got to say do.
Just like that.
Yeah, went to the hat store and I bought myself a hat.
What's the first record you ever bought?
What's the first record I ever bought? That's a good question. It's actually on my list of questions that I have here on my notes.
Yeah, but you didn't know I was also a co-host.
Well, I'm not ready to get into that yet.
Oh.
I have one more thing to say.
It could have been a smooth transition, but it's awkward.
It's not awkward. It's not awkward unless you have to be. The first hip-hop record I ever bought. In fact, it wasn't a smooth transition because you just threw that question in randomly.
No, it would have been if you answered it.
So, yeah, hip-hop turned 45 yesterday. It's interesting because it's now the biggest genre in the world. It's funny because it took till 2017 for that to be the case. It all accounts for, according to Forbes, it accounts for 25.1% of all music consumption, hip-hop and R&B, while rock only claims 23%.
23% is pretty big, I think.
Yeah, but also rock apparently still dominates album sales at 40%, but that's numbers declining. And hip hop is
that just pure?
What?
How could they
in the U.S.?
Is that just pure sales though? Because how am I supposed to believe that they have more sales than hip hop?
What do you mean? You can count that number.
How are they? What makes hip hop bigger than if they have less sales?
Just music consumption overall. I'm talking about streaming.
But so is that part of sales? I'm saying.
No, this is just sales. Digital and physical album sales. Hip hop is streaming is at 29%, and 8 out of 10 of the most streamed U.S. songs are hip hop and R&B. So, yeah, I mean, streaming takes up more. Streaming is bigger than album sales at this point.
Oh yeah, of course.
And rock album sales are declining, even though they're dominating the physical album sales.
I think because a lot of younger people, I don't want to make assumptions, but I think rock is more of an older age demographic, and they probably buy more music than the 16-year-olds and 14-year-olds who don't and just stream.
Yeah, generally. That's part of it.
That's it, man.
And hip hop's just bigger too.
Let's
Eventually, rock sales are going to be less than hip hop sales, just album sales in general.
Do you think there's gonna be a shift again? Like I was thinking about this. Like right now, like hip, just like clothing or anything. There's trends in music and such, and decades and stuff.
No, I'm aware.
No, I know. It's more of like a setting up
for the listeners that don't know about trends. There's trends in music and clothes and food.
Got him.
And culture.
Yeah.
Got him.
So like nothing really changes other than like right now hip hop, but hip hop's not going to be the biggest genre in music forever, right? Like that's unreasonable to believe.
Or probably not.
Do you think like
it's probably not going to be the biggest genre for the rest of eternity? Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Stop running your nose in the shit. Rubbing your nose in the
I'm with the shits.
You're not with the shits. You're the opposite of with the shits.
I'm with the.
You're from Rockaway Township and you work at a gluten-free bakery.
25 years from now, do you think like rock music's gonna flip again and be the?
Who knows? Maybe there'll be a new genre that emerges. Like I said, hip hop's only 45 years old, and like there's subgenres, you know, in it even. So, who knows? We'll see.
So if I worked at a gluten bakery, would that change it? Would I be with the shits then?
No, you wouldn't be.
I thought that was an important
You'd be
part.
slightly more with the shits.
I'd be-
but the fact
okay.
that it's gluten free is like
Okay.
is bougie.
All right.
Gluten free is hip now. If you haven't noticed, it's not. No.
I mean,
longer-
I was doing it when I was underground, so
What?
I was part of that clan when I was underground. Now
Yeah,
it's
me
too
too.
mainstream for me.
Me too. I've been in the underground.
Yeah, well, we're brothers.
We were
and
gluten free before people knew what gluten free was.
That's underground, yeah. We're the OG.
You really need to figure out what's up with your breathing.
Am I
Every
breathing
time
too
you
much?
say something, your
I think I'm
exhale is
just
like a.
anxious, man. I didn't
What
have.
are you anxious
I
about?
no one did my hair and makeup beforehand, so I'm a little worried.
I didn't even shower.
Okay, well,
It's not. I'm not sweaty anymore though. It's got cooler down here somehow.
yeah, I kept flip flopping. I was
so
I was
hot when we
fine,
started.
and then you were sweating, and then you kept talking about it. So then I got hot, and then I kind of got better again.
Well, it sucked in my apartment because when I recorded the podcast, I couldn't put the fan on because it was too loud, and the only air conditioning. And I also couldn't leave my door
Yeah, you were
open.
sweating.
The air conditioning was in the living room, so I couldn't like leave the door open for noise. So you just see me sweating like a stuffed pig. Yeah, you suckle on that little titty. Suckle on that water titty.
So I don't know when the transition's allowed for me to ask you about your first record. I don't know if you want to keep talking about titty sucking, but we can move on.
Let me worry about the transitions.
All right, I'm excited to talk about that. So
But yeah, no. So in addition to because it was the anniversary of the beginning of hip hop, this is the transition right here. Because I wanted to talk about how we both got into hip hop and the first records.
yeah,
we
what was
got
your
into
first
layout.
record that you ever bought?
I don't know if it was the first record, but Eminem definitely. I got the Eminem.
You got the Encore Greatest Hits, right? Curtain Call.
It wasn't.
Mom and Dad got you for your birthday.
Yeah, it
a
wasn't.
clean
Let me
version
say
of the-
it. Let me. Can't you? I'll tell my story and you tell your story. How about that? Stick on the microphone. You giggling little fuck. So yeah, I got the greatest hits. Curtain Call, Eminem. It was clean version, which was so unsatisfying. Can you let me tell my story? You're just gonna giggle over there
Sorry.
and breathe really heavily.
Stop breathing. Stop giggling.
Yeah, it fucking. You get a noise factory over here. Who needs a soundboard? We just got the Charlie factory. Maybe when I get and that's what the soundboard's gonna be. Just like
Charlie's breathing.
a breathing sound,
Are you
and,
actually gonna get that?
and you with a sipping water. Yeah, eventually.
That's gonna be dope.
I'm gonna isolate some funny.
I fear that I'm not
They're good
fun
if you
enough,
use them.
so I have to make sure when the podcast gets really advanced that I'm still not cut off the program because
See, the reason you're not fun enough is because you think you're not fun enough. If you just had fun,
I think I'm having fun.
you'd be fun enough.
I think I'm having fun. I love
Good.
having fun. Usually laughing's a sign of fun, right?
Yeah.
I remember to stay close.
I
Anyways,
can also hear it every time you.
yeah,
rub
I
your
know. I've been
hand on
trying
the
not to
table.
do that. I'm sorry.
We need to get some soft stuff to put out,
I have a cushion under me.
no, on the table, like a tablecloth.
That'd be nice. Yeah,
Something to absorb sound. And like I said, I want to get some sets of that. And I had my toasty stained glass, but I want to put it in a place you can see it. It's on the window over there. The first record I remember having was Curtain Call, Eminem, and it was the clean version. So it was the greatest hits clean version. So not only would they bleep words, they would literally change entire lines. They're like, all right, we can't have this line in here. We need to just make it much cleaner. And then I remember I would always go to the library because they would have all those CDs. And I would take out 20 CDs at a time. And I would return them 2 weeks later, but I would just take them down on iTunes because it's free music, and I got so many CDs there, and I don't know. For a while, I was into the emo pop punk scene because my friends were into it. They were really into it. I wasn't too into
Remember
it.
you used to love Hollywood Undead.
So yeah, Hollywood Undead used to be my favorite band, and funny, I was just watching the Jeffree Star documentary. Do you know he was the reason that they blew up? Because Jeffree Star was one of the first MySpace artists, and then he put them in their top 8. His top 8. He has songs with them from the past. They're pretty funny, but I was into Hollywood Undead, and then I transitioned into very on hip hop, and now I can't. I go back to that stuff, and it makes me cringe. I can't listen to that. There's very few good rock rap.
Yeah, it's pretty
So-
much just Limp Bizkit at this point, to be honest. But
I said good rock rap.
Yeah, they're like the only ones left. Anyways,
They're not good.
you ever heard of Rollin'?
Yeah. Roll.
And they have a song with Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Like the green light. Let the bitch go. Anyways, it's my turn.
Is that your Lil Wayne impression?
It was a rough go.
Okay, so yeah, tell your story.
Okay.
God damn it.
So
Slowest kid in the bus. Slowest kid on the
that's
short bus.
That's an inappropriate joke.
Yeah, it was a retard joke. Can't say that word anymore though.
I don't like those.
I don't say that word really.
You just
I just
did.
said it. I just said it to be edgy on the podcast, but I don't normally say it. All right, tell your story.
Okay. My experience is like a lot. Since I'm like your younger brother, a lot of my experience growing up was like kind of following the trends that you did. So like I kind of liked a lot of like different rock music and such when I first
Like
growing
who?
up.
Like who?
One of the people I remember I used to like watch wrestling, so I would like enjoy like the theme songs, and then I would find the artists that made the theme songs for the wrestlers, and then I would listen to those artists. Different pay-per-view theme songs I enjoyed, and then I found those artists.
Who's your favorite theme song?
Oh, I don't remember my
Wrestlers.
favorite. I like Skillet at the time growing up. I liked the Monster song, but a lot of people know that one.
You know they're a Christian rock band?
Yeah, when I'm growing up, I don't hear what the lyrics are about, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember, like, you went to a concert and you told me about these other groups. Like, Hail the Villain was a group you told me about, and they just came out. So I like the two of their records that you showed me.
I saw them at some, like, festival. It was, like, I forget what it was called, but it was, like, Uproar Festival. It was, like, Rockstar Presents, like, the
I
energy
still
drink.
remember,
And they
like,
were giving away free
12
energy
Stones
drinks.
is someone else that you saw there?
12 Stones? Or, that sounds familiar. or
That's what they
something
were
like
there,
that.
too. That's what they're called.
I saw Hailstorm there, too, and I think Disturbed and
Yeah,
Avenged Sevenfold headlined.
Oh, yeah,
So
you
that's
should
what I wanted
like
to go see, really.
Rev Theory and Avenged Sevenfold and
Oh, the Red Theory, is that the freaking...
Light It Up.
Is that the...
Light It Up.
What's the theme song? Blue Mountain State theme song. Give me
That-
a hell. It's them, right? Yeah, stand up right now.
I don't know.
It was on Madden first, though. I don't know if it's them or someone else, but...
Well, I knew that was a good song growing up, too. And then Zach started getting into... That's Zach. And he started getting into...
It's a secret. You revealed it. You gotta call me Toasty on the podcast.
Oh, so Toasty was getting into, like, hip-hop, and then I kind of followed foot. And then, I went to the library like him, and I got CDs from the library. But the first CD I remember buying, or it was a gift, I don't remember, was Tyga's... Something about a king. Carefree King. The Careless King.
That was his debut record,
I
probably,
believe
right?
so, yeah. That's when I was into, like...
Rack City,
him.
bitch. Rack City,
Yeah,
bitch.
that was on there.
Titties and the titties, bitch.
Nicki Minaj song. Wake that motherfucker up. No, 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 no. And then the song Faded. I'm faded. So that was good. I used to like that record. I don't listen to Tyga for a long time.
Yeah.
But that was my first record. And I thought about getting into vinyl, but then I think about like the artists I listen to, like they don't all have vinyls. Post Malone just said he was having a Beer Bongs and Bentley vinyl yesterday. Posted the cover of it. It was pretty cool. But not all the artists I like, it's not the same style for vinyl, so I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it,
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while, but yeah.
What other record? Do you remember any CDs you got from the library? Ones I remember really stick out was I got a Nas and Damian Marley have an album together, Distant Relatives.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of Nas from the library, actually. That's how I got into Nas, was like all the...
I got Chris Brown's. Chris Brown album. I enjoyed that one. A Soldier Boy. I got a Soldier
First
Boy.
time I'm out.
Way.
Then I'm at you. Yeah.
And I got my belt. And I first asked him.
I'm a wiener. I'm a wiener.
Biggest going hammer. So those two guys, some 50 Cent, came with a free movie. That was interesting.
It was a 50 Cent movie?
Yeah, before I self-destruct. And
Yeah.
it came with like a movie. It was interesting.
It's not his best record.
Well, the library wasn't really going for the deep dives and the best records. I got some Lil Wayne.
50 is one of those artists that, like, yeah, Wayne, I got a lot of.
He was
from
he was my
library.
favorite artist. I mean, he's a
legend.
He might still be if he was making music, but he was always been my favorite artist.
Who knows? I
growing
think
up.
he got the Carter 5,
yeah,
right?
he got like a release date scheduled that we don't know about, but he talked to his people about when it could come out. He was shooting a music video 2 days ago. I don't know if it's for a song he has coming out or he's recorded or someone else. Like Swizz Beatz has a project and people and it may be for Swizz Beatz project.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good, and then he can put it out and just retire with like on a high note.
Are we supposed to pretend it's the same tracks since from 2014? I'm sure he's changed
There was
it.
I don't know. There were
times.
some leaks from like Martin Shkreli played leaked.
But they
versions
keep
of
saying
songs.
the Carter 5 when he's gonna put it out. But
I'm-
it's not the same tracks. Like Believe Me, the lead single with Drake, it's not gonna be on there.
Believe me.
Believe Me.
I don't remember that one.
No, that was the lead single.
Are you sure
Then
that wasn't on something else?
he's had like 4 tracks. He had Crazy. Krazy was another song.
Oh,
He had
yeah.
Believe Me. Grindin'. Then he had a song with LOX
Believe me. What's Believe Me go? How's Believe Me go?
with Drake. It's like, I'm the only one that get the job done. Give it for me. Remember Summer Jam when he can't breathe? There's a YouTube video at Summer Jam where he comes out during Nicki Minaj and Drake's performance and he's like,
No, I don't remember that.
well, you showed me that video, but it was funny. But he's like, I get the job done. Believe me. Believe me.
It sounds familiar.
It was a big hit. Anyway, so these are like grinding. He had like 4 tracks on it. So I don't think, and that was 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
no, I
They're
hope
not
it's all
making
fresh
it.
stuff. He also had like Martin Shkreli apparently bought a version of it and like was leaking songs on his live stream and stuff like that. But now that fuck his impression. I hope we get the Wu-Tang album, by the way, that never came out because of him. Because technically the Feds probably have.
How do they
that
get a name
record.
of Wu-Tang when it sounds like a very Asian name?
You don't know anything about Wu-Tang?
I don't.
That's their whole thing. Is like Shaolin. It's all based on Asian Asian culture and karate culture.
Is that something they're interested in?
Yeah, that's the whole thing is based off of.
Well, look at me. I look like a noob.
Yeah.
This-
We're talking
this-
about hip hop, and he
this-
doesn't know why Wu Tang is
Man.
Wu Tang. They also Shaolin. Staten Island is like they call it Shaolin. Shaolin Island. But yeah, so that's why that's that. Do you have a favorite like era of hip hop? I don't know if you're even that
No,
well
I'm
versed
too.
in all
I'm
the
too.
eras.
No, I
We're
don't
all
like.
new age.
I don't like old music. I know it sounds biased, but like I just can't get when I hear how old it is, I can't get behind it.
Have you even tried to listen to older artists?
Not like a whole lot of like effort put into it, but like
That's why you don't
I'm
like
usually
it.
turned off when I hear older sound. I don't know.
You don't like Tupac. You don't like Biggie.
I never listened to
You
them.
don't like old M. You just don't try.
I probably what it is. I guess it just feels dated to me and it feels irrelevant, so I can't get behind it.
It's all in your mind. You just gotta. Some of it's
Well, everything's on our
Some of
mind.
it is.
What you like is on your mind too.
Well, it's interesting because like you don't always realize, like people that hear, Get Rich or Die Trying now will never understand the impact that it had when it came out because of like and how huge 50 was. So it's like you can't understand it fully unless you understand the context it's coming out in. And even if you understand that, you don't actually feel it. Like when you live through an era, you feel it even more.
Yeah.
And obviously, like the genre's evolved quite a bit. I don't actually know if I have a favorite era. I'm not like that. I think I gravitate towards certain artists. I think like I said, people are like, "Oh, what's so big deal about the '90s?" The '90s, I kind of get put on this pedestal of like, lyricism. But like, in every era, you're gonna find great lyricists, and I think the genre only gets better over time. There are like points that are like. I think of it as like a sine graph, but it's like moving up. It's like it's evolving and growing, and there's gonna be like points where there's like not a lot of creativity in the mainstream. But even a couple of years ago, you're talking about like some of the biggest artists in the world, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. Like it used to be that big lyricists could not be at that point, like early 2000s. Obviously, I think we got into a point where there's a staleness into creativity.
I mean, why make good music when you can just tattoo your face? That's my
It's
thought
kind of
is.
been very gimmicky and memey, and like last couple of years with just like all fucking clout gimmicks and all this shit, and it's like I think the sound in general has just become so saturated and repetitive. As far as trap, I'm really waiting. I really want this like trap trend to die out. I think we've gotten to the point where it's kind of like how I don't think trap could get any bigger, and I don't know. It's like it gets to the point where there's a hot new sound, and then everyone starts doing it, and then it becomes stale. And I think we're in that stale stage, and I'm just waiting for the
What does
next
that
thing to
mean?
come
So,
along.
let's say when it stops happening, Rich the Kid's next album, he's gonna have to like, what kind of instrumentals?
It's a gradual change. It's not like.
But what's his instrumentals gonna be like? Just like
We don't know.
something unique. Rich the Kid doesn't do the
Who
unique
knows?
thing.
Who knows? I like some of Richard Kid's music.
Yeah, well, he sounds like everyone else. He's making the same track for 20 years now.
I like Richard Kid. I'm a little tired.
Hey, you can't. Okay, you're. Come on now.
I'm fading here.
How much time are we at?
We're almost at an hour. 58 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's like a gradual change. It's not just like, oh, one album, the next is completely different, unless you're like Kendrick Lamar.
I'm excited for that change too.
But even like, it's like certain albums can come out and they're so influential that you hear a lot of people doing jazz rap and stuff after Kendrick dropped. And
I never liked Kendrick.
you're a weirdo.
I find his lyrics too in depth and it can't get it's boring.
That's fine. You don't have to like him, but some of his lyrics are not that like. It's not like you have to.
I guess I
think
never
about
really
it that
tried to
long.
listen to him. I never really listened to it.
Yeah, you're just like dismissive of all these people. You're like, I don't really like. I never really liked them. I listened to their album once,
and overblown when you
and then you're like,
so I can say that these people
what's
are
the point?
overblown.
You're like, I don't like listening to album. You're like,
That's why I never do it.
I listened to it once, and if I don't like it, I'm like, I don't get it. So why do I keep listening? You're not a reviewer. You don't have to listen to
I'm having
albums.
pizza for dinner.
But some artists come out with a new sound, and
Like
it takes some time to get it used to and adjust to. But it's still great music, and it's like if you're not, I could listen to an album 2-3 times, and I'm like, I don't know if I like the sound. And if it's an artist I like, I keep listening to it because I want to get a full understanding. Because like when I'm listening to music, I mean sometimes I'm just listening to it for pure enjoyment, but other times I'm like I'm not even trying to review it, but I'm like getting my thoughts compiled about the album and my thoughts on it. Even if I never like do a formal review of it, I like to have my thoughts compiled. But like I said, with doing hip hop and me do it, I rarely get to sit down and listen to many full albums anymore. But
well, I think it's just a mindset. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could.
I know it's not. You can't have time. You just
Did
make time for it. You make time for the things that you want that are important to you. So remember that you always have time. It's just a matter of prioritizing your time and
I don't think it's
really taking control of your time.
I don't think it's about me wanting to be like. I know you said I'm not a music reviewer, but like I think it's just that I enjoy music a lot and is passionate about it, and I want to be able to have thoughts that are in depth. So I want to keep listening and understand what I'm listening to.
Well, it doesn't sound like you want to keep listening. I don't get it.
It's
Let me
just
keep
frustrating.
listening to this album.
Like he read all these opinions about a project that I'm not feeling myself, and I feel like when you see so many people having the same opinion that you don't have, you're like, well, is my opinion okay? You just don't feel validated,
Yeah. I think the show's pretty much over. We should send off the show with the song.
All right.
Can I have your phone?
Can I play the song?
Oh.
Where's
What
that
is
note?
it? It depends what it is.
Oh shit!
If it's gonna be a good one. Oh, we got a little.
Should it be
buzz
like
there.
a fun vibe or?
No, I want the least fun song you can think of.
Well, like a chill closeout.
Whatever you feel, it's not gonna be crap. I don't know if I can trust you here. I don't even know if this connection's. Oh, now we're getting a buzz from this wire. Should have left your phone plugged in. Anyway, this has been the Hip Hop Made Me Do It podcast. As always, if you want to support us, you can now hit up anchor.fm/Hip Hop Made Me Do It. Hit that support button. Throw us a little money if you like what we do and you want us to, support us, but also you want the show to get better, because money will do that.
All right, got it.
And also, you can just follow us on Instagram and Twitter at hiphopmademedo_. Facebook and YouTube, we like those subscribers, these videos popping up. What do we got? Rick Ross, Dave East. Okay.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's fire.
We can play the first 30 seconds. Or how about we listen to some Travis Scott? What's your favorite song off the album?
I can't say.
that
That's
the
what it's
name
called.
song?
Yeah. Go to the top.
Go to artist. All right. I can hear you scratching.
My itchy beard.
All right, this is
I like the Don Tolliver part.
Astro
Can you go in the middle?
World.
Don Tolliver is up next.
Can't say.
Play the middle.
Play the middle.
That's when Don Tolliver
Well, I
comes
can only
in.
play 30 seconds because then they're going to get me monetized. What time?
Play the minute mark. That should get him, I hope.
Oh, yeah, the volume's turned down. All right, this has been Hip Hop Made Me Do It. Catch us next week. I'm going to be like I said, now I'm home in New Jersey. I'm gonna be trying to do one. Even when I don't have an artist, I'll have me and Charlie talking about the latest hip hop news and the
We'll bring it.
good
Bring
stuff.
the
Was that your
segment.
chain in your mouth?
No.
You're a fool. All right, we're sending off with "Can't Say" by Travis Scott.
Featuring Don Tolliver.
Baby, it's too hard to kill. Gotta watch out where you go, cause she get real. You can't save, I'm not enough. Smoking hella weed, I'm on that alcohol. The shawty lick me clean away, she sucked me off. Keep two hoes in my bed, I thought I'm turning off.
I'm in frame. We got the headphones. Make sure you're talking into the mic. Don't make those noises, that's for sure. Let's turn all these down. Turn this down a little bit. Okay.
Don't pull a nav on me and turn my vocals all the way down.